you're in Torrance, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Feeding you guys a steady diet of boss gags and good at it. What's up with you, Christian? How you doing, bud? Your volume's like super light.
Yeah, he has a mute.
The mute will get you every time. What's up, MB?
That's good.
You need me to get closer too?
Yeah, you gotta get it closer.
What color are my eyes, Mary Beth?
They are light blue.
You see all the gray? There's our girl, Beth.
Yeah.
Beth, what's up, Beth? Hope you're doing well. Hi, Beth. We got Aaron Floyd in the house.
I'm
The Zen Master.
Right.
I miss Lupe. Ladies and gentlemen, the easiest birthday song in the face of the planet is Happy Birthday, Guadalupe. It just flows. The same syllables, it rhymes. It's so clean. We used to sing Lupe birthday songs about every other day. About 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday, Guadalupe. Okay. Welcome back. Mrs. Aaron Floyd is going to lead us in some beautiful stretching. And I'll admit those last couple people. Go take it away, Aaron.
All right. Well, welcome back, everyone, for some stretching today. We're going to start like we usually do, just reaching your hands up to the sky. Nothing too complicated. Just reach up as high as you can, and then we're just going to tap the ceiling, get nice and tall. So if you want to stay seated for this, you certainly can. There's also options for you to stand as usual. I didn't notice before that there were some people over the phone doing this. So way to go. I will try to be a little bit more descriptive. I did not realize that some people were doing it over the phone. So we're still reaching up to the sky and tapping the ceiling. Nice and tall through each side. And let's linger on your right side. Just reach your right hand up as high as you possibly can. And let's take a deep breath here. So you're feeling a big stretch through that right rib cage. And then we'll reach up through the left side. Reach that left hand up towards the ceiling. Big, expansive breath, feeling that through the lungs and the rib cage. Side out. Whew. All right. So let's now do our forward fold. So you can take if you're remaining seated, you can take your legs wide and fold over your legs, and then just sway your shoulders side to side. And then if you want to stand, you can take your hands to your chair or the table or even to the floor if that's available. And then you'll sway your hips side to side. So we're just wiggling it about. This is a great way to just open up the low back and the glute muscles while you've been sitting all day. I know the California people are just getting started, but swaying here. And then we're gonna do a little twist from here. So if you are seated, then you'll just take, one hand on your ankle or on your leg, and you're just gonna reach your left hand up towards the ceiling. If you're in a forward fold, you'll do that here. So make sure that the bottom hand is supported somewhere and you're reaching your left hand up towards the ceiling. So if it doesn't look like mine, that's okay. Wherever you're reaching is fine. You're feeling that stretch. Big breath in, sigh it out. And then let's take the other hand up, reaching that right hand up and twisting here and noticing the stretch. So where are you feeling it? Is it through the hips and the spine? Maybe it's through the front of the shoulder. If you don't do this very often, you might even feel this through the forearms and the wrists. Nice big breath, but why would we do this pose? Day to day, right? All right, let's take that hand back down. We're gonna come into a side body stretch. So we'll reach your hands up to the sky, and you can take your hands together and bend over to the side. So if you're seated, you can just, stay seated and reach it over. If you're standing, then you can add the hips, press the hips over in the opposite direction. You're creating a C shape. A little sway, just big breath in, sigh it out. Big breath in, sigh it out. Good, let's twist over, or not twist, but bend. We bend over to the other side, expanding through the rib cage and sighing it out. There's a great saying, we bend so we don't break. We bend so we don't break. So we can be like trees and wave in the wind instead of cracking over. And then if you're standing, you're still doing the same thing, just pressing those hips in the opposite direction. One more big breath here. Sigh it out. All right. Let's do some shoulder stretching. We're gonna stretch out our traps. So right here, that yucky area that we tend to go like this. Yeah. So you're gonna take. I'll mirror you for this. So your left hand over to your right leg, and you're gonna hook to the outside of your leg. So if you need to bend down a little bit to do this, that's fine. And now you're just holding on to your leg and then pressing your spine back and then tilting, tilting your right ear to your right shoulder. And you'll feel a big stretch through the neck and the trap here. So I'm just pressing back. I'm making my right foot super heavy so I don't lift it up, and just discover the area here. You can shake your head no, and maybe some circles, half circles maybe. Woo! That's a good one. Gently relax. And then we're just gonna circle the shoulders. Shimmy, shimmy. Shimmy, shimmy here. All right. And then we'll do the other side. So your right hand to the outside of your left leg. And you're going to round a little bit. And you're holding on to your leg. It's leverage here. And then left ear to left shoulder. And then, shake it out. Shake your head no, nice and gentle. No. Maybe doing some circles. And if you find, we're just discovering the area here. So if you find a spot that feels particularly, yucky, then pause and just breathe into that spot. We're still breathing. We're still breathing here. All right, and then we'll come out of that. We'll shimmy out those shoulders a little bit. Shimmy, shimmy. That's the thing with the cameras on. I can tell who's not doing it. I caught you guys. I caught you. All right. Hands go to the back of your chair, and you're going to lift your heart and draw your heart away from your hands. If you want this to be deeper, you can take your hands together and then lift through the heart. So you have two options here. I like to multitask this one. I like to sway a little bit if I can. So if you're here, you can sway and get that bigger shoulder stretch. Also, it's a waist stretch. It just keeps you moving, right? It just keeps you moving. All right, we're gonna do a deeper version of this. You're gonna find a wall or use the back of your chair. Remember a few weeks ago, I brought out my husband's big office chair. Matthew was like, that's a gaming chair. That's a gaming chair. It's like, that's not an office chair. But if you have a high back chair, you can use that to open up your chest, or you can use the wall. But what we're doing is you're taking your hand and turning your hand away from your face. And if you can get it to be in line with your face, that's great. If it's in line with the shoulder, that is also just fine, especially if you have a low chair. And then you're keeping your elbow slightly bent so we're not hyperextending, and then taking your other hand to your waist. And this will make it extra deep. If your hand is just like relaxing, it's less of a pull through the chest, but if you want a deeper chest stretch, then take your other hand and elbow points away from you. So we're here, you're gonna breathe really big, and we're gonna count our breaths here. We're gonna do the 4 count breathing. So let's exhale, and then we'll inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 4, 3, 2, and 1. Look at your hand and then release your hand down. Shimmy it out. We have now one really, really open side. Let's switch it around and do the other side, whether you're using the chair or the wall. Set it up so your fingers are pointing away from you. Have a slight bend in your elbow. If your hand was in line with your head, on the other side, and make sure that it's aligned. If it was aligned with the shoulder, then you can do that. To make it deeper, take your hand on your hip and draw the elbow away from you. And then we'll breathe. So exhale completely, and then we'll inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it going. The idea is to lengthen the exhale. So lengthening the exhale will balance the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight response. It'll help us relax that much easier or quicker. So seeing perhaps if the next exhale can go to 5 or 6. You're counting on your own, so maybe this next exhale, let it be a little bit longer if you can. And then we'll look at your hand and then release. Woo! Shimmy out those shoulders. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Yeah. All right. So we're going to do a hip stretch here. It's called a figure 4. So we're going to cross the ankle over the knee. Now, if your knee is up here, that's fine. You can keep it here. That is totally fine. If that's not available, then maybe, crossing the legs is easier. So you have your options. But if you're here, then if your knee is super high, then all you're going to do is take your hands to the back of the chair and lift your heart, right? That's your hip stretch. This is a hip stretch. If it's available to you to go a little bit deeper and come forward a little bit, you'll definitely feel it a little bit more, and then you can just sway your shoulders side to side. Now, if you want to do this standing, then you're balancing. So this just went up to level 10 here. So you're crossing the leg, you're bending your standing leg, and then you can have your hand on the wall like I am, or on your desk or chair. And then you'll really, really, really feel this stretch. Okay? So pressing your hips back, relaxing your shoulders back, heart open. And if you're seated, then you're just swaying here a little bit. Sway, sway. And let's do our breath again. We'll exhale completely. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll relax that, shake it out, shake out that leg if you're standing or sitting, and then we'll do the other side, crossing it over. So you might find that one side is way more available than the other, that you're like, oh my gosh, I can't even go, you know, to this other stretch at all. That's okay. The hips are completely different. Each side is totally different. It depends on how we sit during the day. It depends on if this is comfortable and this is not comfortable. Okay. It just depends, especially, you know, how we drive and everything. So no judgment towards yourself. Whatever it is on one side, it is on the other. No big deal. It's really fine. So do what you did on the other side. You can take your hands either behind you and draw the heart forward, or you can bring yourself forward, or you can come into the standing position. If you're doing the standing position, you're making sure that the standing leg is still bent. It's like a shelf for you. And then we'll breathe, okay? So relax the shoulders down. And we'll exhale completely, and we'll inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And again, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we'll bring it up. That one is a great multitasking stretch. I mean, you can stay here and be typing and be, you know, reading emails and doing all kinds of stuff. It's a great multitasking stretch, and it helps your hips, and it really helps your low back as well. So no, that is an option for you. Let's finish with some neck stretching. So we've done this one before. I don't know if the new guys have, but we're gonna hold on to our collarbone here. So if you have a tight shirt, you're pulling it down. One hand on the collarbone, one hand over it, and then you're going to look up towards the ceiling and stretch your skin towards your belly button. So towards the floor, you're reaching, you're looking up, stretch the skin down, and then we're gonna kiss the ceiling. Mwah. Mwah. All right, relax. So we do that. Whoa, I feel like all the stretch, right? Everything is stretching. We do that because our neck is super tight from this lovely position here, right? And this position here. So we want to stretch it out. Now we're going to shake our head no at the ceiling and also kiss at it while we stretch our neck down. So we're getting the jawline. So one hand on the collarbone, one hand over it, stretch the skin down as you look up, and then shake your head no, mwah, kissing at the ceiling. Mwah. Stretching out the scalenes, sides of the neck and the jaw. This one would be a fun one to not be muted and hear everyone's kisses. Mwah. All right. And there we have it today. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys next week.
Round of applause for Erin. Thank you, Erin.
Yay.
Wow. Let's see.
Did you love this one? I love this one. I love the next one. It's so good.
I felt it. We felt vibrations, energistic synergies. I am loose and I'm ready to go.
Your video was on the whole time. You guys didn't do anything. I'm calling you out.
Well,
I saw some moves.
Okay, good.
I like to do visualization stretching, so sometimes I visualize it before I actually execute. So
Okay.
I will be rehashing this later on. Thank you very much. Thank you, Erin, so much.
Okay. All right. Bye, you guys. Thank you.
Bye, Erin. Thanks. All right. So that was awesome. Well, welcome back, guys. Week 2 of us having here. I think Matthew is well and alive. He's got a beautiful baby. We've made contact with him. I thought he was going to be here today, actually, but I'm not sure if he's here. Anyways, so one of the things that we've been since I was at inAssist, something that's important to Lori and Scott and all the people involved is company culture and finding the right fits for the inAssist team. So we're in a unique situation because of the quarantine and all that. And they've been trying to hire someone for a role of a supervisor for a while. And we were trying to figure out how to do it. So we're trying to do this new thing. It's going to be, we wanted to do an interactive hire and have you guys have a say in it. So what we did is we hired some consultants that are more behavioralist and to match these people's personalities. So there's 3 of them. So what we'll do is we'll show you the interview of the 3 candidates, and then we're going to actually have them on live so we can ask them some questions. And then we're going to vote to see who our new supervisor is at inAssist. So give us some time. We're gonna cue this videos up. Griff, welcome to this interactive virtual interview. This is new for all of us. What we are is we are people person. We are behavioralists. Kip, why don't you give the first question to Griff?
What makes you the best candidate for the role of supervisor at this company?
The most important aspect of me being supervisor is going to be that I'm a team player. Now, I've worked in horse stables for over 30 years, and you can ask any horse there. Not one horse will tell you that I'm not a good team player. Whether it be pigs, horses, or people, I know how to make sure that everyone's in their right place, if you feel me on that one.
How do you like to handle people, especially in times of conflict? Ooh, conflict is tough. How do you handle it, Griff?
Well, when you're talking about conflict management, it's important to assess all the facts of the situation. I used to be rodeo clown, and I had conflict coming at me at 2,500 pounds all the time. If Jim decided that he was going to break the toilet and he didn't report it to HR, and we got an HR problem, and I think personally we got a problem in our company that of transparency.
What is the thing that is the most likable about you?
People leave a conversation with me going, wow, he made me feel like $1 million. I let them know, hey, Bill, how are your hemorrhoids doing? I let them know. I let them know I was listening.
So what you're saying is you're a good listener and a great interpersonal communicator. We love to hear those things.
How do you think your work with horses translates to work with people?
I think there are a lot of parallels between horses and people. If your horses don't feel like they're taken care of, they're going to try to run out of the pasture. They're going to try to hop over the fence. And I'll tell you what, it's like you want to run out there and be a wild Mustang, but next thing you know, you run too far from the ranch and you might be running with coyotes and you realize I'm not a coyote, I'm a horse. And then you got to come back and then you got to say, hey, I'm really sorry. I thought I was a coyote out there. And
what a tremendous amount of information, Griff. Now, question here. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the term medical bill auditing. That's one of the services our client does. Now, yourself, you ever been to a doctor, Griff?
I have. My grandma used to have Jack Daniels on her at all times. So anytime we had a problem, we poured a little Jack Daniels on it. You broke your leg, Jack Daniels.
Okay.
Cut your head open, Jack Daniels. Got in a car wreck, Jack Daniels. Well, hell, the Jack Daniels might have caused a car wreck. That's a different story.
Now, talk with us about your overall personality type. Tell us about you.
Well, I like to pride myself in saying I'm very organized. I've got a list, a to-do list, if you will. It's, feed the pigs, feed the horse, and go to the store and pick up some chewing tobacco. And that was something I thought I'd apply to working with y'all. Like they say, you can't milk a horse, but you can definitely tell a cow to make a couple bucks in a can.
We got a lot of different synergies, being that we are a 2-state company, wildly different vibrations from Tennessee to California. How do you see yourselves as a supervisor merging those 2 beautiful cities together and different spirits?
I think it'd be good to get everyone to know each other from both sides. So I think that the smartest plan would be to meet in Vegas. We can have happy hour on Zoom. I think that's a great way, get everyone a couple drinks deep and make sure that we have happy hour twice a day at 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. so that everyone feels like, it's a sense of community, kind of like the horses back here feel a sense of community when they're in their stalls. Take care of the employees that you're working with. Go grab some Arby's for them and bring it to them. And I will tell you, I'll be damned if somebody doesn't start crying when you bring them Arby's. It's a surprise. Sneak up right behind them and put the sandwich right on top of their head. Double roast beef, I'll tell you, get them every time. You want to talk about taking care of people. That's how you do it right there.
Any final thoughts that you have before they make their decisions?
No, my final thought would I'd like you to get a haircut. That would be fantastic. Both of you could stick your head in a blender and get a better haircut.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to go ahead and welcome, if we can here, Mr. Griff Pippin to the introduction. Griff, go ahead and just introduce yourself and just tell everybody one fun fact about you as a person.
How y'all doing today? It's nice to be here. Fun fact about me is one night I drank an entire bottle of Jack Daniels, and I saved a baby horse from a burning stable, and that horse went on to get 17th place in the Kentucky Derby, and later on got sponsored by Cracker Barrel. So I'm pretty proud of making that happen.
Well, that's fantastic. And later on, we're going to have you answer some interview questions to get evaluated properly by these employees, but we're going to introduce our second candidate first. Thank you so much, Mr. Griff.
Thank you.
Welcome, Sarah, to your preliminary personality evaluation from me, Kip, and my esteemed colleague, Skip.
My name is actually Fitzy. I'm legally changing it from Sarah to Fitzgerald Elizabeth, but Fitzy for short. Also, if you follow me at Spissy Fitzy, on Instagram and all that stuff. It's fun. I post videos every day, and
Can you talk with us a bit about your personality and what kind of personality type it is?
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I get along with everybody, see all my different coworkers from different backgrounds and ethnicities, I'm great with so many different kinds of people and animals. See, this is my dog. I'm a positive energy, which I think is good for an office.
What is it about you that people really like the most?
I would say my hair. I've been described as a ray of sunshine. Did you yeah, that's what people compliment me on.
Now, in what social capacities are when your personality shines the best? In what social capacities?
I would say at Coachella.
Oh.
I really shine there. It fits me. It's where people go to be seen. Job interview. I'm doing this series called Around the World 365, where every single day I take a picture of myself from a different 1-degree angle, and I do it from all 365 degrees around,
Well,
that is certainly something.
Well, Fitzy, a real important question here is, as you know, this role is a supervisor position. Can you let us know why you'd be the best candidate to take over this position, especially with 2 remote workforces?
Totally. So I really like other people and places and things. I'm very passionate about stuff. I also very like the idea of being a supervisor.
Yeah.
I'm super. I don't look great in visors, but that's okay.
Are you good with managing conflict?
Oh, I love drama. I'm very good at listening to both sides and giving my opinion without any facts. Just I react emotionally, which I think is really unique and special.
Well, Fitzy, how do you like to approach work-life balance?
You need to work in order to play. So I understand that. As far as the balance go, I was a dancer, so I have pretty good balance. Yeah.
You like to play a lot. I mean, when work is there, you'll work, but when you play, you come out and you play.
I might not work either, but I will always play.
Well, Fitzy, we think you did a great job here. Do you have any final thoughts for the regional district hiring manager?
Totally. If you liked this interview, please comment, and subscribe, and give me feedback because it helps, boost the algorithm. So thanks, guys.
Wow, what
Thank
a
you so
closing argument that was indeed.
You are a real treat. Thank you so much, Fitzy.
We are
Fingers
crossing
crossed.
our fingers.
All right, we are happy to welcome Fitzy to the chat, and just welcome Sarah to your preliminary.
Whoops.
Just go ahead. Just go ahead and let us know. yourself, Fitzy, and let us know a fun fact about you.
Yeah, I'm Fitzy, but you can follow me at Spiffy Fitzy on Instagram and everything. And I have like over 20,000 followers, so I think that will really make me like an ideal candidate.
Fantastic. I'm sure that's going to help you substantially. Now, our final candidate is coming to us from California, and we're super happy to introduce him now. Welcome, Morgan. We're so happy to have you here. Yeah, my name is Skip.
And my name is Kip.
Yeah, and what we do here is we go ahead and just read off of personalities, and we take those assessments straight to corporate to show people what kind of employees that they're going to get.
We are personality spiritual assessment types. So we won't give you any of these corporate type questions. We're really trying to get a feel for who you are, Mr.
Crush.
Crush.
Oh, Crush. Oh, Crush. What a beautiful name. What is that Scottish?
No, I went on a trip in Mexico. I went on a guided meditation, and after taking some ayahuasca, we gave ourselves new names, and I thought Crush would be a good name.
Talk with us about what is your personality type.
Yeah, so my personality type, I'm actually a ESFJ personality type, caregiver.
Interesting.
You know, I'm here for you. I'm here to listen. I'm here to talk, and sometimes I'm just here. I like to just go right off of feeling, you know. What's the feeling? You know, I'm gonna always come back to the word vibe, always to the word frequency, because that's what we're trying to feel. Because our bodies know better than our minds do. Even though our mind is in our bodies know better.
Oh, you must be. Are you talking about the self-conscious conscious?
I'm talking about the subconscious conscious, subconscious conscious.
Yes,
yeah, that's right.
I knew it. Yep.
I felt it.
I knew he was talking about
Yeah.
it.
I sensed it.
I could sense it.
Yeah.
What vibrationally frequenced pattern do you like to live on?
You know, I like to live on the frequency of a low E on a guitar string. I actually have a guitar here. I don't know if you can hear that. A lot of music is played in that. When we talk about frequencies, we have to talk about the space. So let's say I'm working at your office. I walk into the break room. The first thing I'm going to ask is, what's the vibe in here? What's the frequency? Is somebody having a bad day or a good day?
Within the inter-office surroundings, what would you say is when your personality shines the best? What are the times when you can bring your full flower to the room?
Well, people love having me at the office because I lead a corporate silent meditation retreat. I bring that up right at the interview for the job. They say, what do you bring to this? What can you bring to this company? I say, you get it? Do you get what I'm saying?
Meditation.
Yes, silence.
Silence.
And presence. Yeah, just button it up and listen. Yeah.
Now, Mr. Crush, the job role we have you looking at is to be a supervisor. So how do you feel about supervising people, dealing with conflict, and harmonizing and unitizing?
Wow. You know, you said a lot of good things there. You said harmonize and you said unitize.
Unitizing.
Yes, indeed.
Let me give you a taste of what that sounds like. Let's say we have two let's say you two are having an issue.
Wow. Look at the vibrations coming off.
Oh, they are coming out loud.
Let's say you two are having an issue. And I go, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Check this out. You guys aren't even ready. Wait, watch this. Hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah. You feel that, right?
No, we felt that. Yes, we felt
it.
that very clear and clean.
Watch this. I'm going to bring the vibe a little bit higher for you. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, and that's just a taste of some of my supervising skills that I want to work on. You know, the new business model kind of calls for that. They need that, you know.
Most supervisors would use a preferred method of talking out and communicating that form, but it sounds like you just go for a vibrational sing-song.
Yeah, because if we could all find a frequency. Hey, yeah, hey, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, frequency. So you see, I think we can get to conflict resolution. Hey, hey, so you know what I'm saying?
So you're more of a uniter within the office place.
Hey, 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 and I say, look me in my eye. Hey, hey, hey.
So if there was one word to sum you up, I would assume it would be vibrational.
If there was one word to sum me up, I would say, hey, hey.
Hey, yes.
Yes, no, like I feel the tie, the interconnectivity, and the unity,
I feel
and the proclivity.
like Chinese finger handcuffs.
Yeah, you just can't replace them or pull them apart.
I can't get away from you, Crush.
If you're not at the right vibration, you're going to be sounding like this, right? That's not the right vibration. And this is also
not the right vibration. But this is the right vibration.
You guys get it?
I'm crying.
I think at this point we really do see your employee value, your supervisorial value.
Oh boy!
And we just really look forward to introducing you to the rest of the office.
So oftentimes we're so focused on the work day in, day out, but we want to make sure our employees are balanced, as yourself. So how can you tell us about your work-life balance?
Yeah, so I like to have a steady balance of Himalayan crystals at the office.
Beautiful choice.
And then a special mineral mind. Mind from a special area in the Amazon jungle of Brazil.
I thought you were going to say that.
The South American essence.
So we have one at the office and one at home. The crystals are charged regularly in the sun or the moonlight, depending on which kind of vibe or frequency you want.
Osmosis and synthesize.
You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes you could take a crystal with you on your lunch break.
Crush, what do you do in your free time?
I'm always looking for that frequency or vibration, because if you find it, you are right there.
Yes, the love circle, the love.
This is
compression.
synergistic.
The heart.
This is breathing.
Yes, I'm breathing and I'm believing.
breathing. I'm believing.
Crush, one last thing. I don't know if you know this. We actually have 2 offices. We were speaking about locations. We have 2 offices. One in Tennessee, and we have one in Torrance, California. How do you feel about
Where in Tennessee? Are we talking about Chattanooga, Nashville, Athens, Tennessee, Kingsford?
Nashville, yes. Nashville.
I'm gonna go with Nashville.
Yeah, we said that.
Yeah, that's what we just said. We said Nashville.
Yeah, because Torrance. If I'm being honest with you, Torrance is never vibrating at a frequency that I vibe with.
I see that.
I've been to the city of Torrance, and if I'm being perfectly frank with you, the city of Torrance owes me money. You can manifest anything.
That's what we like to hear and feel and see from our prospects.
It's the space between the ears that are the most important, Crush, don't you believe? Manifestation. In essence. And in reality.
How about you stop thinking outside the box and start thinking outside the universe?
Outside the outside.
Wow.
Yeah. Outside the outside. Because once you're outside the outside, you're inside again. And you're looking inside yourself, because the universe exists within all of us.
We hear you, we feel you, and we can't wait to introduce you.
Now, don't tell anybody else we said this, but I think you are meeting the vibrational desires that we are looking for. And I think you are the front runner.
Manifestation.
Shavasana.
Gentlemen, we just want to go ahead and just welcome and thank Crush for being here today. Crush, go ahead and introduce yourself, and please tell us one fun fact about you.
I've been here the whole time, yeah. guys in the chat right now, I want you to look into my eyes. And for some of you who have your screen off, stop hiding. Stop hiding from the world. Stop hiding from the universe. Maybe some of you guys are in the bathroom right now. Maybe some of you are at a Nissan dealership leasing a new car. But be here, present with us. Because the fun fact lies within you.
There it is. Oh, thank you, Crush. Now, now we are going to go ahead and have. Thank you, Crush. Thank you for that. We're going to go ahead and have Scott ask a few interview questions to one of our candidates. Go ahead. Go ahead and ask away, Scott.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've always wanted to go ahead and have everybody in the company try and interview folks, see how the process goes. It's a very hard process to try to find people, as you can tell. So I guess I'll start with Griff. Griff, you there, buddy?
I sure am.
Okay. Hey, how you doing today?
I'm doing just fine. How are you doing?
Good, Griff. I got a couple of questions. Just think, you could be interviewing right now for a soon-to-be defunct Zoom hosting company, but instead you are interviewing for a medical billing company. So first question is, so how would you go ahead and audit medical bills?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about with these fancy words like audit, and frankly, I don't like your tone. But I don't know anyone named Bill. Wait, you know what, Darlene? I think Bill owes us money. You know what? You just reminded me of that. I don't know any medical bills. I know a guy named Jack that's a doctor. So I can make sure that I can get him to help us with any things we need, whatever you said, auditing or whatever word you said. So I can get that figured out.
All right. That sounds very entrepreneurial. So yeah, how about this one? I wrote this one down. What would you do to ensure corporate wellness for our clients? Very important.
That's a great question. Well, where do I start when you talk about wellness? I mean, Cracker Barrel, Waffle House. What I would do, I start every morning out with biscuits smothered with gravy, and I put little bacon bits on there, and I think that's an important part to my wellness. And anyone in the company, I want to spread that wellness. So I want to make sure that everybody at the company is going to be eating biscuits and gravy every morning. And that honestly has been the key to wellness. And that's what my granddaddy did. My dad did. I had very high cholesterol in the family, but it brought a lot of wellness to the people in my family. And that's what I want to share with everyone there.
It's actually very smart, because the less well you are, the more medical bills you have and the more money the company makes. So that's actually very insightful.
Well, I've been called a businessman once or twice in my life, so I'm a little ahead of the curve. If I'm a few bites of biscuit ahead of everyone, if you will.
Well, we got an office in Tennessee, so you'll fit perfectly for LA.
Wow. Wow.
So Griff, thank you so much, buddy. We're going to take it to Mary Beth. Mary Beth, I think you had some questions for Fitzy.
Yes, I did. Is it Fitzy or Fritzy? Fitzy, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I just had like a little issue. It's Fitzy, like Fitzgerald, like F. Scott Fitzgerald, but like Fitzy is more fun and flirty.
Okay, Fitzy sounds great. Valley girl, assuming you're Fitzy from the Valley?
I'm actually from Montana, but I identify as a Valley girl. So
Okay. So I have a question for you. How will you execute medical bill auditing for inAssist? And do you understand the question?
Yeah, totally. I was going to text you the response, but I'll just tell you, I guess.
Okay.
So to be honest, like, I don't really see myself executing anything because I'm against the death penalty.
Very, very provocative.
Excellent answer, Fitzy. That's a great answer. I have another question if you're available? Are you still available, or are you doing some social media content?
Oh, well, I'm always doing social media. But I'm totally like, I can split my attention. I'm really good at like multitasking.
Okay. So what will you do to ensure corporate wellness for our clients?
Oh, this is easy. So wellness is like super important to me. And I actually have the perfect thing. It's a 7 times daily detox tea. It's 100% natural. It's made from green tea leaves, sourced from tea leaves that were found in the growing wild in the sewers of Los Angeles. So it is authentically vegan. And so what you're going to do is you're going to boil some water. You're going to place 3 bags in the boiling hot water, and then you want to drink it as fast as you can while it's still boiling hot. It's very important that it be scaldingly hot so that it burns off your taste buds completely. What this will do is make it super easy to not eat, and you'll start losing weight like so quickly. And I mean, being skinny is really the only marker for health. So
Yeah.
That is a lot of
That is amazing.
Thank you, Fitzy. You've done a great job with the interview. We're going to go ahead and move on to our final candidate, Mr. Crush. Crush, thank you again for being here. Can I ask you the first question? How will you execute medical bill auditing for inAssist?
Yeah, first of all, let me thank you for being here with me and all of us. You know, Scott, I love you, Scott. I love the vibe. I'm looking at Scott over here. I love the vibe Scott's putting out. You know, Scott, I want to go on a limb and say, if you take your glasses off, you might be able to even see more, because the glasses are blocking your chakra in your head, and that might help. Now, as far as, what was the question again?
Oh, it was about medical bill auditing and how.
Yeah, so that's an easy one to answer. You know, I don't know if you guys are what kind of answer you're expecting, but I just use a Google Doc, and I use a big old Google Doc. But outside of that, you know, it's all about sending vibrations, right? I think you know what I'm talking about. Sending you the vibration. So that's pretty much, you know, I'm going to put a vibration. I'm going to get into the meditation pose, and I'm going to send the vibration to whoever needs to see it, you know?
Wow, Crush. Very unorthodox interview. There's so much.
Here's the thing, you know, you say unorthodox, but in fact, we need to think outside of the unorthodox. You understand what I'm saying? We need to think outside the universe. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Was there one final thing you wanted to leave us with before we go into the polling?
Absolutely. So this is a message to everybody who's out there. And I'm looking at all of you guys in the group chat. I'm going to go to the gallery view. We have Lupe and Shantae and Christian and Michelle and Lorraine and Daisy and Lori and Mary Beth. And we still have some people hiding from us. That's okay. Just know that you are beautiful yourself. And that's all I got to say about that. Just know you guys are beautiful. You have value. Look inside yourselves. Know that deep inside there is a beautiful Bruce, why can't you look into the camera, Bruce? There you are, Bruce. Be here with us, Bruce.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please just give a round of applause for our candidates, and really go ahead and just take some time and make your evaluations and voting it in progress here.
Yeah, Todd, Jason.
Yeah.
How many points extra do people, before I vote, how many points extra does it count if somebody made Lori actually laugh or smile?
I think that's an automatic hire, Scott. So
okay, automatic hire. Okay, good.
Get through the line count, lady. That's an auto hire, straight to the front of the line. And so we have 1 minute left in the polling. We have 29 out of 38 responses. Wow, this is tight. It's very tight. Fingers crossed to Crush and Fitzy and
our man Griff Pippin, who's left the stable. Oh, and it looks like Crush is going to lead us in a meditation. Beautiful. All right, there's Griff. Griff, good on you. Where's our girl Fitzy? Oh, Fitzy's
Right here.
okay. Fitzy's snuggling with her teddy bear at an
Dumbo.
inappropriate age to be snuggling teddy bears. Okay, all right.
Sounds judgy.
Looks like we have 4 votes to go. It's a tight race here. Who will take it? All right, and we are going to close it down in 10 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's an ending of the poll. Wow. Let's take it over to our new inAssist supervisor, Mr. Crush.
Wow. Wow, look at that. You know, this just speaks to the power of manifestation. Okay? Because before this meeting started, before this whole process started, I said, Morgan, how bad do I want this job?
How bad?
A lot. And I sat there before my camera was on. You know, I also a lot of love and respect to the yoga instructor. She really brought a lot of good vibes to the meeting. But while that was going on, I was meditating and manifesting, and I actually pictured Scott in my manifestation, and I said, Scott, 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 God, Scott. Scott, Scott, God, Scott, 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 Scott. And I was trying to send messages through the universe to your company, and I can't thank you enough for taking a chance on me. Fun fact. My birth name is Morgan J, but my spirit name is Crush. So I want to thank you guys. I cannot wait to join the team, and I cannot wait to have personal meetings with all of you, heal through vibration, through crystal healing, through Dreamcatcher healing, through sound baths. We're gonna do it.
That's enough with Crush. Thank you so much,
Crush.
And Griffin and Fitzy. We just really appreciate you guys. For everything.
You guys made it so hard.
Thank you.
Yeah, Lori, Scott, any final words now that you have a new supervisor?
Yeah, which team is he going to be managing there, Lori?
He's going to be managing me.
Oh, wow. That's a tough
pay him double.
I'm
pay
here
him
for
double.
it. I'm
How's
here for
that?
it. That sounds great.
I like him.
Yeah.
Whoa. Married. You're married. Hey, hey, thank you so much. This was incredibly insightful. Probably the best use of the $16 we spent for this that I could have imagined.
Yeah.
So really appreciate Todd, Jason, you guys coming on board. Hey, Lori, one quick question. You guys take care. And thank you. You guys are awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys. Thanks, everybody.
Right.
Bye.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Jason,
guys.
Todd. Really appreciate it, guys.
No problem. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.